Okay, everybody, welcome to Game 5 of the I'm sorry, not the NLCS, the Strat Series, 1977 style. We are back for the final game in Dodger Stadium. If the Rangers win this and extend it to a Game 6, it will go back to Arlington. And on the mound for both teams, the Game 1 starters, Doug Rauch of the Dodgers, 14-8 with a 3.43 ERA in the regular season. And Burt Blyleven, 14-12, but with a 2.72 ERA on the regular season. And again, it's a must-win game for the Rangers. It's win or go home. But of course, they have their ace, Burt Blyleven, on the mound to try to help them out. We'll go through the starting lineups as they come up, so I'll save a little time that way. Right now, Doug Rauch going back out for his warm-up tosses. Get the score sheet in here and see if we can't fit everything the way I would like it to be, so I can sit down and start playing. It looks like we're almost there. I think that's going to do it. That'll get us all 9 innings on the score sheet, I do believe. All 9 innings do fit now, and so does the dice tray and the cards. Sorry for shaking the camera a little bit. It's suspended on a little arm handle, and when I hit the table, it kind of bumps it a little bit. So I will sit down and get ready to play. Did the weather effects, and it's normal or average weather. So just like yesterday, this is a day game. It is 1 for singles and 10 for home runs for both left-handers and right-handers. Bert Campaneris will lead it off, as I have had throughout the series. Even in the ALCS, when a lefty is on the mound, I flip-flop Campaneris and Wills, have Campaneris lead off and Wills hit second. When a right-hander, then they're back to their normal positions. So right now, Bert Campaneris is stepping up to the plate. It's now or never for the Rangers, are down 3-1, so they got to make it happen in this one. Doug Rauch, ready to face Bert Campaneris in Game 5 of the Strat Series, 1977 style, is now underway. 4-3 against a right-hander. It's a fly ball right field X. That is Reggie Smith. And Reggie Smith checks in as a 2 E6. 2 and an 8, he'll get to that. E6 and a 14. E6, and how about this? On the first play of the game, an E6, a 14 is a 2-base error. So Bert Campaneris will take second base on the Reggie Smith 2-base error. And Tommy Lasorda is not very happy about it. Campaneris will be held. And Bump Wills is an A bunter, so they're going to have him bunt and see if they can get Campaneris to third. He becomes a B bunter. That's a 7. That should be good all day long, I do believe. So we'll check it. 7 and a B. 7 and a B is a good sacrifice. The white die is a 3, which means it's the catcher, Steve Yeager. So it'll be a sacrifice hit, 2-4, officially scoring it. And Campaneris will go to third. So he's at third base with 1 out. It's going to force the Dodgers to bring the infield in for Mike Hargrove. Nothing on the 20. Hargrove, 1-3 against a left-hander. Ground ball first base C. So let's check the super advanced ground ball chart for infield in. Runner at third and a ground ball C. That's a 1. 1 just says a batter out, runners hold. So Campaneris had to freeze with Garvey right in there on the grass to take that grounder. So now there's 2 outs. Infield back to normal depth. And that will bring up Toby Hara. Nothing on the 20. Here's Hara. 5-8. 5-8 is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. Had Hara done that with only 1 out, that would have been a sac fly, but Rauch pitches out of it. And the Rangers come up empty, missing a golden opportunity to give Blyleven a 1-0 lead to start the game, but they couldn't get it done. So now Blyleven starts out against Davey Lopes. Pressure's on Blyleven not to allow a whole lot. 4-9 against Lopes. That's a ground ball shortstop X. That is Campaneris. He's a 2 E29. 2 and a 20, he'll get to that all day long. And the E29 and a 10 is good. The 11 is the one he's really got to worry about. The 11 is the error on that 29, not the 10. So it's a good play for Campaneris. Lopes is gone, and that brings up Bill Russell. Russell, a 5-11. Ground ball first base X. Now we're at Hargrove, 3E13. 3 and a 15 is good all day long. And a 13, E13. I'm sorry, he is in, yeah, E13, and that is a 13. 13 and 13, and wouldn't you know it, 13 and 13 on a first baseman is an error. Almost had to be with so many 13s on there. So Hargrove boots it. So now each team has committed an error. Russell will not run, but he will be held. And that brings up Reggie Smith. Blyleven, nothing on the 20. Here's Reggie Smith, infield double play depth. 3-6, and that is a strikeout. So Reggie Smith out on strikes for out number 2. Brings up the Penguin, Ron Say. He was the hero in the previous game. Blyleven, nothing on the 20. 6-11, that's a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there. And at the end of 1, we've got no score from Dodger Stadium. On a rainy Saturday afternoon here in Central Virginia. It never rains in California, but it sure does rain in Central Virginia. I think it's the remnants of the hurricane that was down in the Gulf Coast. So here's Kurt Bavakwa. Good thing we're indoors, huh? Here's Kurt Bavakwa. He gets the start today because he had such a great game 4. And so they needed, with a lefty on the mound, they sat down both Dave May and Claudell Washington. So Kurt Bavakwa is getting the start along with Mr. Grieve, Tom Grieve. Willie Horton's on the bench. They could not afford to use his 5 defensive rating. He will try to pinch hit in a key spot. But right now it's Bavakwa against Rao. 6-9, struck him out. That was off Rao's card, so Bavakwa had no choice. Here's Sundberg. 6-3, that's a ballpark single, but it's only a 1. Only a 1. And 3 just missed it, so it's a liner to short. Out number 2, and that brings up Tom Grieve, the right fielder. 3-6 against a left-hander is a ground ball to short. So couldn't get it done. 3-6. And Willie Horton on a 3-6 would have struck out, in case you're curious. But 3-6 on Grieve is a ground ball to short to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the second, no score. It'll be Steve Garvey, Dusty Baker, and Rick Monday against Bert Blyleven. No score, bottom of the second. Garvey, 4-8 for Garvey, and that's a ground ball to third, handled by Hara. 1 away. It's going to bring up Dusty Baker. 1-7 for Baker. 1-7 is a walk. So Baker, a 1-out walk. He will be held. He will not try to steal, but he will be held. And here's Rick Monday. Nothing. 3-10 for Monday, and that's another ballpark single check, which again is a 1 only. And if he doesn't get it, he lines it to second. And so 2, he almost got it, but not quite. Bump Wills is able to snag it. 2 down, and Baker gets back to first. Here's Yeager. Nothing on the 20. 2-5 for Yeager, and that's a ballpark home run chance, which is 1-10. So Steve Yeager could hit a 2-run homer right here. 15, though, is a deep fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Blyleven just escapes that. Had to hold his breath for a minute, but Bavakwa was back there to make the catch on the track. And we go to the third, no score. Juan Beniquez, it'll be Beniquez, Blyleven, and then Campaneris. 6-7 struck him out. So Rao with the strikeout, and now that brings up Blyleven off pitcher hitting card number 1. 2-6, and he will strike out, as expected. 2 down, and now we're back to the top of the order for Bert Campaneris as he tries to get something started. Campaneris' first time up reached on a 2-base error by Reggie Smith. Made it to third, but was stranded there. 1-4 against a left-hander. He's going to fly to right, and Reggie Smith this time puts it away to end the inning. So, nothing doing there for the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the third. We're still knotted at 0-0. And the pitcher, Doug Rao, will lead things off. He is hitting off pitcher hitting card number 2. 6-10. Rao is a lefty. 6-10. Fly ball center field X. And that's going to be Beniquez. He is a 1, so we know he's going to get to it. We're checking an E6. E6 and a 13 for a center fielder. E6 and a 13 for a center fielder. And 15's an error, but an 18's an error, but not a 13. So good play for Mr. Benitez. Rao is retired. 1 away. Brings up Davey Lopes. 3-8 for Lopes, and that's a 1-3 homer. Anything else he flies to right, but 1-3, it's gone. 12, though, it's pulled in out there by Grieve in right field. On the track, so 2 down for Bill Russell. 6-8, and that's a strikeout for Blyleven. So right now, Blyleven and Rao matching goose egg for goose egg through 3 innings. We go to the 4th, no score. And for the Rangers, it'll be Bump Wills, Mike Hargrove, and Toby Hara. Wills a sacrifice bunt his first time up. This time swinging away. 4-12 is a leadoff walk. So Bump Wills may be looking to run. Rao has no hold rating. Yeager's a -3, so if he gets the jump, it'd be a -5, be a 12. So if he's going to try to get the jump. 2 through 6, he will get that jump. And he does. It's a 6. So the total is going to be a 12. -3 from Yeager. -2 for being held makes him a -5. So that's a 1-12, and Bump Wills will steal it. And he does, just barely. He just barely sneaks in there. So Bump Wills, in fact, Tommy Lasorda raising some cane over there in the dugout. There are no instant replay challenges in 1977, so he's gonna have to live with it. But now Wills is at second base with nobody out, and Mike Hargrove the batter. They could bunt. Of course, that strategy failed last time, so they might just have Hargrove swing away. We shall see. I think that's what they're going to have him do, is swing away. They will hold Wills on second base. 5-6 struck him out. So Hargrove unable to advance the runner with that strikeout. And now that sends up Toby Hara. Nothing on the 20. Toby Hara, 2-7 for Hara. Fly ball center field B, that's 2 down. 2 away, and that brings up Kurt Bavacqua. So last chance for the Rangers this inning to get something done is Kurt Bavacqua. 6-3, it's a ballpark single, probably not going to happen. A one only. And it's not, it's a liner to short to end the inning. So how about that? Now, had he bunted, this was a potential sacrifice fly, so you can play devil's advocate, but when you got a guy at second, you got your number 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. You expect them to get a base hit. You got 3 chances to get a base hit, and they don't do it. So, like you said, we did it last time in the first. It didn't work out, so I wanted to try a different strategy here, and it just didn't work out. So, hindsight is always 20/20, as they say. Here's Reggie Smith to lead off. 4-9, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. Campaneris, a 2 E29. 2-10, he'll get to that. E29 and a 13 is good because 11 is the one he's got to worry about. So Campaneris makes the play. 1 away for Ron Say. 110 for Say is a ballpark single, and again, it's only a 1. The Dodger Stadium really keeping the offensive production down. If these had been in Arlington Stadium, these might be base hits, but not here at Dodger Stadium. Here's Steve Garvey. 4-6 for Garvey. Ground ball to third. Harris got it. Inning's over. So after 4 complete, it's 0-0. Doug Rao coming back out to start the 5th, and he'll be taking on the bottom of the order Sundberg, Grieve, and Benitez. 2-3 for Sundberg, and that's a ground ball right back to Doug Rao. 1 away. Brings up Tom Grieve. 4-10. 4-10's a catcher X. Yeager's a 1, and he's an E8. 1 and a 16. I think that's going to be a pop out. Let's see. Check the catcher defensive chart. A 1 and a 16 is actually a foul out. There's an 8, and he is an E8. And there is no 8 there. So it's a foul out to Yeager for out number 2. Brings up Juan Benitez. He'd like to get on just so they could clear Blyleven this inning. 5-8. He won't do it. It's a fly to center, so Blyleven's going to have to lead off the 6th. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still nothing doing for either side. Blyleven coming out. And they will not make the mistake they made in game 1. They will let Blyleven pitch a complete game if he's effective. Adrian Devine will not see the light of day in this game, I don't believe, unless it's desperation time and they're out of pitchers. All right, here's Dusty Baker. 2-7. Oh, we just missed a home run. 2-8 would have been a homer. 2-7's a ground ball to short. Just that close to a solo shot, but it didn't work out. Here's Rick Mundy. 2-8. Fly to left. 2 down. And that brings up Steve Yeager. 6-7 for Yeager. That's a 2-out walk. That's big because that allows Doug Rao to bat this inning so that they don't have to have him leading off the next inning. So that was a big-time walk by Yeager. Doesn't show up in the box score, but it's a big play. Yeager, of course, not being held. And Blyleven to Rao. 3-8. It's ground ball to third to end the inning, but now they can lead off with Lopes in the 6th as opposed to Texas leading off with Blyleven. So that one walk could be a key to the 6th inning. All right, so we go to the top of the 6th, still no score, and this is the fatigue inning for Doug Rao, and he will be facing Blyleven to start the top of the 6th. 6-8 for Blyleven, struck him out. There's a dot there, but he's not tired yet, so that does not come into play. That's a good strikeout for Rao. And despite Rao being the number 3 or 4 pitcher on the roster as far as their quality of pitching starters for the Dodgers, he's holding his own against the number 1 for the Rangers. Campaneris, 3-11, ground ball to first. Garvey's got it. 2 down. Brings up Bump Wills. 1-4 for Wills. He grounds to say, and that's going to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still nothing doing. And Rao, no dings against his point of weakness, so he's good to go for a little while. Here is Blyleven back out. His fatigue is an 8th inning, so he's still good to go. Davey Lopes to lead it off. They've kept him off the bases so far. Will it continue? 6-5. Well, that's an in-home run chance. 1-7. He does have normal power. So 1-7 is a solo homer. 8-20, and Bavaca will catch it on the warning track. It's a solo home run for Davey Lopes. You were worried about his speed, but he comes up with a home run. How about that? Davey Lopes on the season had 11 home runs in 1977. And right there he parks one, and the Dodgers lead it 1-0. Now pressure for Billy Hunter and the Rangers. Here's Bill Russell. 4-7. Struck him out. One away. Billy Hunter and the Rangers sounds like a bad rock group. All right, here is Reggie Smith. 1-5, and that's a ground ball to short. Campaneris has got it. 2 down. And here's Ron Say. 4-4. That's another ballpark single check, but again, it's a 1 only. And as usual, liner to short ends the inning. But that big home run by Ron Say, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the 7th. It's must win for the Rangers. If they want to get back home to Arlington, they have to win at least 1 game here at Dodger Stadium. They have not done that yet. They're down 3-1, so it's now or never, as Elvis Presley once sang. Here's Hargrove. 5-9, and that's a fly to right. Put away by Reggie Smith. 1 away. Toby Harrah. 5-10. That's a ground ball shortstop X. Bill Russell. He's a 2E32. 2-17, he'll get to it, and a 10, I believe, is good all day long on an E32. 10's usually good for everything. Yep, it's a good play. Very rarely do you get errors on 10s. Here's Bavaca, 2 up and 2 down, and the base is empty. 3-11, ballpark single, but again, it's only a 1. How many times have we had ballpark checks, but they've always been 1s? So there's a lot of liners to second and short on this score sheet because of that. So we go to the 7th inning stretch, and it's still 1-0 in favor of the Dodgers. Steve Garvey leads it off. He's grounded to third twice. 4-5. This time he's going to fly to center. 1 away for Dusty Baker. He's walked and grounded to short. 3-5 again, and this time it's a single for Dusty Baker. He's reached again. He will be held, but he won't go anywhere. And here's Rick Monday. He's got a great column 3, so Blyleven needs to avoid that. But he didn't. 3-8, and that's a walk, and that's going to put 2 on with 1 out for Steve Yeager. Now normally you could bunt here and then pinch hit for Rao, but the way Rao's pitching, I don't want to take him out of the game, so Yeager's just going to swing away. Hits into a double play, hits into a double play. 4-4, and that's a ballpark single check again, so again, most likely a liner to short. And that's exactly what we have, 2 down, and now Doug Rao, he's going to go ahead and bat for himself. He's pitching a shutout through 7 innings, so why in the world would you take him out? I mean, yeah, you lose the chance at offense, but you never know. He's got some singles on that card, plus he can get a base hit off of Blyleven's card. 4-6, we're off Blyleven's card, but he strikes out, so that's going to end the inning. So a pinch hitter would have struck out or either grounded to third, so smart to not pinch hit for Rao in this case. So 1-0, we go to the 8th. Only 6 outs to go for the Dodgers to win it all. And the Rangers getting down to their last couple of at-bats. Now, Blyleven is scheduled to bat 4th this inning, but Willie Horton has picked up a bat, and he is got the donut on it and getting loose on deck, or actually on the side of the dugout. So he would be a pinch hitter this inning if anybody reaches. Sundberg to lead it off, though. 4-4. Ground ball third base X, that's Ron Say. He's a 2E20. 2 and a 9 is good all day long. And we'll check the E20 on a roll of 12. E20 for a third baseman and a 12. Nope, 11, 14, and 15 are your errors. So Say makes the play. 1 down for Grieve. 3-12, and he's going to fly to left. 2 down, it's up to Beniquez to keep it going. Willie Horton would lead off the top of the 9th if they don't get a base hit here, or else he's on deck to bat next. 3-6, ground ball back to Rao. That's going to end the inning. So Doug Rao, 8 shutout innings. And he has not given up anything since, boy, you know what? I just noticed something. Folks. I know it's a jinx, but I'll say it anyway. He's pitching a no-hitter. The runner on second, Campanera started the game with a 2-base error, and he walked Bump Wills, but everybody else has been out. So he's I didn't even catch this, but he's actually throwing a no-hitter through 8 innings. So he's definitely coming out for the 9th, no question about that. Now Blyleven will come out and pitch the 8th because he's set to bat next, or lead off the next inning. And here's Davey Lopes, responsible for the only run of the game with that solo homer to lead off the 6th. So Blyleven's going to try to avoid that for sure. 3-7, and that's a strikeout. A lot of hits in column 3, but 3-7 is a strikeout. So I've never had a Stratomatic no-hitter. I've had one in History Maker. I never had one in Stratomatic. So we got a chance. We shall see. Here's Bill Russell. Got to get through this bottom of the 8th first. 2-8. It's ground ball to short. Campaneris has got it. And the weird thing is I didn't catch it until now. I was just looking to see about his point of weakness, and then I went back to see when's the last time he gave up a base runner. And the only thing I found was a walk here and an error here. So just kind of stumbled upon that by accident. That's kind of weird. You would have thought I would have caught that earlier, but oh well. Maybe better if I didn't catch it till the end. 6-10, because you know about that jinx. 6-10, switch hitter, 6-10, fly ball center field X. Beniquez is a 1, so we don't need the D20. He's an E6. E6 and a 9 should be good, I would think, for a center fielder. E6 and a 9 is good all day long. So Beniquez makes the catch, and now we go to the top of the 9th, last chance for the Rangers. They have gone hitless through the first 8. And the man of the hour, Doug Rao, out pitching the ace Bert Blyleven. Although Blyleven, obviously 8 innings of very solid pitching. Only mistake was the home run to Lopes. Let's check his hits. He's only given up 2 hits, a home run here and a single here. So he's only given up 2 hits. He has walked 3, and there was an error. Let's see about strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strikeouts. So I would think if you told Billy Hunter that before the game started that Blyleven would go 8 innings allowing only 2 hits and a run, he'd take that all day long, figuring he's going to win the game. But so now, do you bring in Willie Horton? I think you have to. He's the pinch hitter. He will pinch hit to start things off here in the top of the ninth. Willie Horton, he could tie it up with, he could break up the no-hitter and the shutout on one swing of the bat. If he gets to column 1 in a high number, 1-9 or 1-10, he can do it. Plenty of hits otherwise. All right, so Rao, and Charlie Huff is in the bullpen just in case, but we're going to let Rao go until at least gives up a hit. Here's Horton. 2-11 for Horton. It's a ballpark single, but again, it's only a 1 because of the way Dodger Stadium is. And it's a liner to short, so he has benefited from Dodger Stadium for sure. But he's also earned it throughout. So now we got Campaneris and we got Wills. The only pinch hitters on the bench for the Rangers, they do have John Ellis. He's got a good card. And so they could pinch hit for Campaneris, and I think they probably will. So we're going to use John Ellis to pinch hit for Campaneris as they're looking for anything they can to get a spark. No-hitter or no-hitter, they're trying to keep the series going. So Campaneris will be replaced by John Ellis. And as you can see, his column 1 is loaded with chances for home runs against lefties. So Rao's going to try to avoid that number 1 column. He did. It's on his own card. 6-10. Ground ball to third. That's 2 down. So Doug Rao 1 out away from a no-hitter here in the final game of the Strat series. Well, it would be the final game, Game 5, because the series will be over 4-1. Let's check and see if they're going to pinch hit for Bump Wills. Do they have anybody else left on the bench that's any good at all? Sandy Alomar's a righty and Keith Smith are righties. They're not very good. Claudell's a decent lefty, but he doesn't hit. He hits righties much better than lefties. So kind of on your own right here with Bump Wills. Bump Wills or bust right here. And Doug Rao, everybody on the edge of their seat. Tommy Lasorda stopped chewing his linguine long enough to take a look. 1 out away from a no-hitter for Doug Rao. Charlie Huff still loosening the bullpen just in case, but Bump Wills. And Bump Wills is going to try to see what he can do. He's actually reached base once with a walk and also had a sacrifice, so he's officially only 0 for 1. So he's had the best luck, if you want to call it that, against Rao. So let's take a look. Bump Wills, last chance. It's either a base hit or a no-hitter. 4-7 for a right-hander, and it's a single with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Bump Wills singles to lose the no-hitter. And I know if I talked about it enough, they would jinx it, and sure enough, there you go, a 4-7. It's right there in big bold letters for a switch hitter batting right-handed. 4-7 is a single, and if a lefty had come into pinch hit, they'd have had a single also. So 4-7 did Rao in regardless of who was pitching. And now Rao has to settle in because Bump Wills is looking to steal. Try to get in scoring position to tie the game. Rao's going to stay in because Hargrove's a lefty. So let's see. It's again -3 for Yeager, 0 for Rao, -2 for being held as a 5, -12. So it'll be a 1-12. But it's a 2-6 chance to get the jump. He does not. It's a 7. He cannot get the jump. He will be held, but he cannot get the jump. So here's Hargrove. 2 is a possible balk or a pass ball. That's a 5. We're checking the pass ball rating on Yeager, and that's a 2. So no pass ball. So it's back to Hargrove to see if he can extend the game, extend the series. 3-6. He cannot. It's a ground ball to second. There's a plus there. The runner is being held, but the person holding is the shortstop, not the second baseman. So it's a good play. Lopes to Garvey. And the ball game is over, and what could have been history, oh so close, didn't quite make it. But Doug Rao, a complete game victory, a 1-hitter. He lost the no-hitter with 2 outs in the 9th, thanks to a Bump Wills single. But that was it. From there, he was spot on. And how do you like that? Combined, both, talk about the defenses and the pitching. Combined, both teams combined for 1 run and 3 hits. They did make 2 errors, but the errors had nothing to do with the result of the game. 2 complete games as well. All right, let's check Rao for strikeouts. I don't think he had that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5 strikeouts. So incredible line both ways, and the Dodgers win the series in 5 games. by sweeping the 3 here at Dodger Stadium. This one by the unlikeliest hero, Doug Rauch, pitching a 1-hitter. He lost it right here with 2 outs in the 9th on a single by Bump Wills with 2 outs in the 9th. 1-0 your final. Doug Rauch being mobbed by his teammates. Tommy Lasorda giving him big hugs. And the Strat 77 series is over. We can lay the Strat 77, everything Strat 77 to the wayside now and move on to other things. Which almost leads me to my next point. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to do something with APBA, because when I did that one APBA basic game, I got some pretty decent views on that. So I'm wondering if the interest is there to do some sort of an APBA replay or an APBA, something to do with APBA, whether it's a replay or just some more APBA games in general, be it basic or Merino board version, or whether probably I think what I'm leaning towards right now is getting back to the Mark Fidrich inside pitch replay and finishing that. But of course, I'm also thinking about, since we're in the postseason of baseball right now, I'm thinking about doing a World Series from the past, playing out that in one of the game engines, or over multiple game engines rather. So I'm thinking about doing the 1975 World Series. I can play that in History Maker Baseball, Replay Baseball, Stratomatic, and Inside Pitch. I've got all 4 versions of the 75 season in those 4 games. So I'm thinking about doing something along those lines, playing the first 4 games in those different game engines, and then using coming back to them again for games 5, 6, and 7. So that one game engine only gets 1 chance and the other game engines get 2 chances potentially. So that's a possibility. I could do it the 2019 World Series from last year, because in 2019 I've got 7 different games I could use. Because then I can add on Payoff Pitch, and I can add in Status Pro, and I can add in Triple Play. So there's 7 different games that I can do with that. Now I don't have replay for 2019 except on the computer, so I would have to use the computer to play the 2019 version of that. And I could also throw an Action PC for one of these games as well on the computer. So it's different thoughts along the way that I could possibly do with something like that. So it's really, it really doesn't matter to me. I enjoy playing anything on the tabletop pretty much. You guys as the viewers know what you like to see, what you'd rather see. So leave something in the comments and tell me if it's an idea you have. Be it one of the World Series games, whether it be an APBA, something with APBA, something with Inside Pitch. I think Payoff Pitch has been kind of saturated for a while, so I'm kind of laying off Payoff Pitch. History Maker hasn't been done in a while. I could do something with History Maker. Like I said, APBA. I could do something else with Strat, although 77, I could do something other than 77, obviously. So there's different, I could do something with Status Pro. I mean, there's different things that can be done. Just have to get some ideas. Maybe I'll mull over some of those, and if I don't get any feedback, I'll just come up with something that I think sounds reasonable and something that I would enjoy, because it's got to be something that I want to do, or else I won't stick with it. So, but that's going to do it from here. Dodger Stadium, history made, almost anyway. Might be the first, I think it's the first 1-hitter I've had in Strat. I don't remember having a 1-hitter before in Strat. It's certainly not until the last at bat. To have 26 outs with no hits and then give up a hit on out 27, just before out 27, is definitely a first for me. So congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers and the man of the hour, Mr. Doug Rauch. He was no slouch. He was 14-8 with a 3.43 ERA. So even though he did not pitch in the NLCS, it wasn't because he wasn't a good pitcher. It's just the way the series, the way they did in real life, they didn't use him. So, but here in the Strat series, he definitely got put to use, and they made good use out of him. And even though he lost game 1, actually they won game 1, but he wasn't the winner. It was because Adrian Devine blew it. But he didn't get the actual win in the game, but he outdueled Burt Blyleven, so give him all the credit in the world. So that's going to do it from here on a rainy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a nice weekend and enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play. however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.